You all ready for me to praise Willow Smith? So Willow Smith, you know her by name, Jaden Smith's sister, Will Smith's daughter. She dropped the Whip My Hair Back and Forth meme song. I don't even think it was meant to be a meme, but it quickly became a viral meme. Way back when, you know her name. An artist that isn't exactly taken all that seriously, to the point where even I was ready to just dismiss this and completely ignore its existence. But me being a bit lazy and sort of slightly cynical too, saw that it was only 20 minutes long, so I thought, well, it's not going to go on for way too long. If it is terrible, then at least it's only 20 minutes, so why not give it a try? And I'm actually kind of pleasantly surprised with what I heard. This is alright, this is pretty solid. I may as well start off by saying it's certainly not the most original thing I've heard all year, or even just in general. It really pretty much is one of those albums that wears its influences on its sleeve. It's kind of playing quite strictly to the R&B moody, vibey type playbook. It doesn't really delve outside of that throughout the run course of this 22-minute album, but it's a pleasant listen, I can't deny that. As soon as the first track came on, I was quickly taken aback by how dreamy and hazy the aesthetic was, and just how nice the track sounds. Like, I didn't know Willow had as good vocals as good as these. I actually think she has a really good voice. At points I'm very much reminded of an artist like Snow Allegra, who dropped an album a few years ago that actually was an album that I really liked, and I positively reviewed it, if anyone remembers that. She's not a particularly huge artist or well-known artist, but she definitely has that same vibe where it's just very soft, quite elegant, and Willow is channeling that as well here. You could even make a comparison to an artist like Daniel Caesar, although I didn't touch on that in the latest Daniel Caesar album, but it was really weak. To be honest, at least Willow is actually doing what he's doing quite a bit better now. The track Time Machine, unfortunately, is a bit of a bump in the track listing. There is another bump that I'll get to a bit later on in the album too, but I'll talk about this one first. Not because it sounds bad, it actually sounds really good. Again, the compliments I've already given to Willow up until this point all stand. It's just the lyrics here, man, I hate shit like this. This nostalgia for like a time period. You know, Kurt Cobain, 1993. I just can't stand it. I honestly can't think of a time where I've ever liked it. Like, I just, in my mind, for the purpose of this review, I can't think of a time where that like nostalgia for a time period in a song is ever done well. Even that Charlie XCX song as well, 1999, I don't really dig that either. I just find it really annoying. It's just nostalgia for the sake of nostalgia, and it's romanticizing an era, and you just probably don't know enough about that era to even talk about it, because all you'll remember is what was popular at the time or what's been remembered over time. You don't think of the bad things, and it's just so lame. Lame is just the best way to put it. There's no other way to put it than that. It is just completely lame. Ugh. Now, I didn't really want to bring up Jaden, because obviously I don't think it's fair to just compare them because they're brother and sister. It's like the Solange Beyonce thing. I hate it, man. Just they're their own person. Just because they're siblings, like, dude, you think I'm exactly the same as my brothers? Come on, it's just stupid. It's not. You don't need to do it. You don't need to do it. But anyway, he is on this album, so I do have to bring him up. And it's actually the worst track here. Just the production on this one doesn't fit the album whatsoever. Jaden's feature is just a mess. His vocals as well just sound really awkward and just don't fit what she's been doing on this album. I just think it was a weird choice to make. They don't really have any stylistic similarities at all. I just think it's quite an odd feature to throw in on here. Maybe if you just did it as a one-off collaboration or put it on an album that would fit, it might have been fine, or it might have not stood out as much as it does here, but it just does really stand out. And the best song actually comes right at the end of the album, Overthinking It, or Overthinking IT. It's probably Overthinking It, isn't it? But this is a great track. The beat on this one is so damn good. This is the best vocal performance here, actually, you know. She's like pulling out some really great melodies here as well, and I just love that percussion going on throughout the track, and that little guitar It's easily the longest track here as well, and it doesn't feel like it's going on too long. It's such a great way to close things off. But yeah, for all the praise I've given it, I guess those issues that I do have do still stand. You know, it is a very short project. There aren't that many tracks. Those 2 tracks do kind of clog things up. There's one a random interlude too, which is nice, but it kind of feels a bit pointless. You could have probably just made this into a song or extended it. And the overall sound and style isn't exactly new here, but I'm just here to say that it's good. It was good. It was a good listen. Aside from those issues I've mentioned, this is a good album. Perhaps it's actually considered an EP, I'm not sure, but it probably is an album these days because, you know, you've seen all the 20-minute albums that get dropped that do get classified as albums, so I'm pretty sure this one is an album, and I think it was alright. 6 out of 10 for me. I think this is a solid project. Nothing mind-blowing, like I said, but I just couldn't imagine you playing this and thinking it's the worst thing you've ever heard because just because of the name attached to it, because it really isn't. It's good, it's nice. The last track especially as well is a great track. So let me know what you think. Have a good day. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.